Hey, thanks for checking out my channel. Today we are going to take a little plein air adventure here at Big Pocono State Park. And we're going to do a little bit of hiking and then we'll settle down once we find a spot to comfortably set up our easel at and paint a little bit on the Vista Trail. This is a trail that I've yet to explore, so this is new to me. And this is a park that I've often thought of as a great place to spend a lot of time at exploring, hiking, and painting. And I just haven't done it. I've had one or two painting sessions here, a couple of short day trips where I've taken hikes with the family, but I plan on spending a lot more time here. Not only do you have these beautiful trails, you have this nice paved road which circles its way around most of the park. You have beautiful vistas where you can see off into the distance, and some trees and plant life and bird life, which is a little unique to the area, at least the area here specifically in northeastern Pennsylvania and the Poconos. So, Big Pocono State Park, just a little bit more about that. It's a 1,300 acre Pennsylvania state park in Jackson and Pocono townships here in Monroe County, Pennsylvania, in northeastern Pennsylvania, almost smack dab in the middle of the Pocono Mountain region. It's located on Camelback Mountain, which is maintained jointly by the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources and Camelback Ski Corporation. From the summit of the mountain here on Camelback Mountain, it has one of the most incredible views in the area. It has a view of vast portions of eastern Pennsylvania as well as parts of New Jersey and New York State. There's a paved drive, as mentioned, that circles the park. It's about 1.4 miles in length, and it circles the summit and provides us, those that visit the park, with views in all directions. You can also see the Delaware Water Gap from some of the breaks in the trees, looking out over the landscape, which is kind of nice. Along the way, you'll also see some ponds and lakes and other distant views with rolling hills and mountains and so forth. The park, except for Camelback Mountain, closes for the winter 7 days following the end of deer season in December and reopens as conditions permit in the spring. So I'm hoping this fall here, this is filmed in 2025, I'll be able to spend a lot of time here. You could visit the Wikipedia site and look up Big Pocono State Park and check out some of the history. But there's quite a bit of history here that speaks to the original land owner was Henry Cattell at the turn of the 20th century. And he took steps to make sure that the land was preserved in a way that gave public access to it and allowed the public to enjoy it. But you could read more about that. For now, I'm hiking on the Vista Trail. There'll be a couple of stops here. And as you'll see, there are just tons of lovely views that are worthy of trying to capture either through photography, painting, or whatever your medium is. Look at that view. It's just beautiful. That reminds me, one of the things that I anticipate, or at least I hope I'll be able to take advantage of as a painter here, is the cloudscapes, the potential for cloudscapes. You can definitely capture some amazing scenes that involve beautiful cloud formations just because you can see those big skies off into the distance. Today we're going to focus on the time of year that we're in here, late summer, early spring. The foliage on the trees and the brush and amongst the ferns is kind of turning to a golden yellowish hue. It's early morning here, so we're getting sprinkles of light coming through the trees. So we're going to try and get a pathway scene here, one of which that'll allow me to kind of capture some of the effects related to the light, some dappled light on the pathway, some shadows, and also that golden yellowish quality of light that's filtering through the leaves at this time of year. So it's going to be a matter of finding a scene that I think would would be one that I could capture effectively on plein air in oil paint in this small format. I'll be painting on linen mounted on a board that will be 8 inches by 6 inches. So I'm working in a small format. And I'll also have to find a spot where I can situate myself off to the side of this very narrow hiking trail. And I have to be pretty selective because it's a pretty steep decline. If I were to pick the wrong spot, it would be very easy for me to fall and roll down the hill, and we don't want to do that. So anyway, I'm going to continue hiking here. We're going to settle in. We're going to start painting after I get my plein air rig set up. I will fast forward the video so you can see the process probably in about 8 times speed. I'll zoom in slowly on my canvas so you can start getting a better sense as I make progress with my painting on the types of marks that I'm making and the progress that I'm making with the painting itself. And then we'll wrap up. So appreciate you joining. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. some point. As you'll see here in a moment, the first step that I'm going to take here in preparing my surface is to apply a thin wash of yellow ochre. This is not something I do with every painting, but in an early morning scene where the light is set and the scene is set, such as it is here today, there is an overarching color theme of a golden hue that permeates throughout the whole scene. So I'm going to put that thin wash of yellow ochre on my linen, and I'm going to wipe a lot of that off, but take advantage of the transparency of the yellow ochre mixed slightly with some linseed oil, and use that to create a little bit of color harmony and also opportunities for me to work much more quickly here in the effort to cover the entire surface. Got a deer coming through. Here you can see me using my value stick, my homemade value stick, in the effort to just examine the scene and be as intentional as I can amongst all of the information that's within view to select the value range that I'll be working within. This is going to be a relatively high key painting. So in accordance with the way the values are laid out on my value stick, it'll probably range from value 1, which is almost pure white, to value 4 or 5, which is about midway down the value scale toward black. So this is not a pure science. There's a little bit of art involved, but I'm going to do my best to try and limit the range of values in the effort to simplify the painting as much as possible. today. Thanks again for checking out this video. If you enjoyed this or found it useful in any way, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and if you know of a friend who might enjoy it as well, share it with them too. And you also may want to check out this video that the YouTube algorithm suggests that you might appreciate as well. Take care.